All right, among the many Ruthian things done by Babe Ruth, few stand out in his legacy, like the time he was said to have hit a home run for a child in the hospital. It's so much of his lore, you wonder, like many tales of the old days, just how true it actually was. And yet, occasionally, there are such stories, and there is some magic that can still touch our hearts and bring a major league player to tears. Bob Holtzman has more.
September 2nd was Brandon Inge Day at Mott Children's Hospital in Michigan. Over the past 5 years, Inge has quietly donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to the hospital. And that would be the story, had it not been for this boy and this ball.
He wanted to have a play date with me, and I said, sure, I'd be glad to come over there.
On August 28th, the Tigers all-star third baseman spent more than 2 hours playing with Noah Bjorkman, a 5-year-old cancer patient.
Brandon got down on the floor and was playing with him and showed him his room. And
then we built the fort.
Then they built a fort.
Right before I left, his mom, I think, whispered in Noah's ear and said, don't you have something you want to ask Brandon? And I knew it from that point on, too. You always hear the stories. And Noah said, yeah, Brandon, can you please hit me a home run tonight in the game? I said, man.
So here's Brandon Inge.
He was standing there right in front of the TV, and he's got his fist clenched, and he's going, hit a home run, hit a home run, hit a home run.
He's driven to the air, deep into left field, way back. This ball is gone. It's a home run.
When he hit the home run, he put his arms straight up in the air and said, he did it, he did it, he did it for me, he did it for me.
And he's got Noah's name right on his arm right there, the right forearm. How about that? Noah, that one is for you.
That's the first time ever in my life when I've been wearing a baseball uniform that I completely broke down. I mean, I was in tears. I was in tears to the point where I was going back out in the field and I still had tears running down my face, and I'm not ashamed to say it.
That night he had woken me up and said, did you see what happened in the dugout after with the cameras on me? And I said, no, I had no idea. And he said he had really kind of broken down in the dugout. And I was amazed because Brandon doesn't show his emotion that often, especially on the field.
The next day, Inge gave Noah the ball.
We were both crying, and everybody else we knew was crying because it was just, you know, again, surreal. We had him here, he asked, he did. And it's just, how often is that going to happen?
Amazingly, twice. In June, 8-year-old Tommy Shoemaker had a heart transplant and a visit from Inge.
At the end, he said, all right, I've given you a lot of autographs, Tommy. He said, sign my arm.
So I signed his arm. And that night, I saw it on TV, and he hit a home run, and it was cool.
High fly ball, left field and hit well. Soriano back to the wall. Inge has done it again.
I couldn't believe it when he hit the home run.
Tommy Shoemaker, that home run is for you, bud.
I can't explain either one of them, to be honest with you. Maybe it's just the way it's supposed to be written. I'm not sure. I'm looking at myself as a hero. I don't see it at all. I don't look at that at all. I see those kids that are in a hospital fighting life and death situations, the parents that have to drive them every day, that have to take off work and do all the things for their kids. I see them as heroes. No two ways about it. They're the heroes in this situation, not me.
All right, among American League third basemen, Inge is tied for the league lead in home runs with Evan Longoria of the Rays. And with some of that well-earned good karma, Inge's Tigers are now a season-best 11 games over 500 and have a 5-game lead in the AL Central.